In today's tutorial, our interest is on how to type fractions in Microsoft Word document. Whether you want to type proper fractions, improper fractions, or mixed fractions, this guide pulls you through on the steps you need to take to achieve that. Let's take a walk. Okay, first let's open our Word application. So I'll click here and then select it from these options, okay? Or if you don't find it here, type Word in the search, all right? As it shows up, click on it for it to open. So we can go with blank document, all right, and start creating what we want to have. Okay, here I have some headings here. I have proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. So we are going to work with all these fraction types, all right? First is the proper fraction, and this type of fraction, the numerator is lesser than the denominator. So let's create it. First, click on the spot where you want to have the fraction to be inserted. Then click on the Insert tab. Then get to this section and click on Equation. On clicking on the equation command, you'll show some options, but our interest is this. Here we can find the kind of fraction we want to create here. So click on Insert New Equation. Then this places this type of box in your document, all right? Our interest here is on fractions. So click on this drop down to see some types of equations, fractions you can have inside. You can see this, you can see this, you can see this. Okay, when you take your cursor here, you can see stacked fraction. This one is called skewed fraction. This one is called linear fraction. This one is called small fraction. Okay, any one you want to go for is cool. But first, let's start with this, which is stacked fraction. So I'll click on that. Now, there are two buses here, one up and one down. So, because our interest is on proper fraction, I'll click on the first bus and type a number. Let's say I want to type 1 over 3, so I'll type 1. Then click on the second one and I will type 3. Now that this proper fraction is placed here, then click on this drop down here and you will see some options. Click on justify. I want us to align it towards the left. Now select left. Good. You can click out. You can see we have fraction here. All right, this type of proper fraction. So I want us to insert another style of proper fraction. Okay. Then click on where you want to have it. Then as usual, click on insert tab. Click on equation. Then once you click on equation, click on insert new equation. Then this opens the equation subtab. Click on this fraction, the drop down there, and then let's insert this type, which is skewed fraction. So I'll select it, then click on this number. So here, let me have it as 2 over 7. So I'll type 2 here, click on this box, I'll type 7. Then I'll click on this drop down here and select for it to be aligned differently towards the left. Good. So we have two types of proper fraction here. So let's get to improper. So I have a heading here called improper fraction, okay? I'll click on the spot where I want the fraction to be inserted. So follow along. Then after that, click on Insert tab. Click on Equation. Then click on Insert New Equation. Our interest is on proper fraction, so it's still going to take the same style. Then click on the fraction and select this type. Then type your number. In improper fraction, the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So that's what we are taught in school then. So I'll type 4. Then here I will have it as, let's say 4 over what? 4 over 3, yeah. 3, because here the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So I'll click on this and then I'll select justify, move it to the left, all right? But if you want to have it to the right, no problem. There's no issue about that, okay? Then I'll click on that to have another type of it. And here, as usual, I'll click on the spot where I want to have the improper fraction. Then click on insert. Once you click on insert, you see some options. Click on equation. Then click on insert new equation. Then this gives us this. Then click on fraction, the drop down there, and then select the type you want. So let's work with this type, which is skewed fraction. Okay. Then click on this first box and insert the number you want to have there. So I want to have 7 then over 3. Then click here and take it to the justify towards the left. Beautiful. Now, the next one we are going to work on here is the mixed fraction. All right. So, but this type of fraction here, if you don't want to use the equation command, you can still create it on your own. All right. So to create it on your own, this type, all you need to do is just type the number, then bring in the slash sign on your computer keyboard. So type 3, all right? You still get the same result. So whether you want to use the equation command or not, you can type this one on your keyboard so easily, all right? Okay, let's get back to mixed fraction. So here mixed fraction has a mixture of whole number and fraction attached to it. All right. So for us to have this kind of equation in our Word document, click on Insert tab, then select Equation, then select Insert New Equation. Okay, now choose how you want to align it. So let's align towards the left as usual. Then type your number first. So let's say here I want to have 5 whole number 1 over 3. So I will type 5 first. Once you type the whole number, click on this fraction, all right? Then select the type of fraction you want to add to this whole number. Do you want it stacked or do you want it to be skewed? So let's go with stacked first. Then click here and add your first number, 5 whole number, okay, let's say 1 over 3, okay? Then here I'll add 3, all right? All right, so we have a nice mixed fraction here. Then the last type of fraction I would like us to add is fraction in fraction. All right, so click on the spot where you want to have the fraction. So I'll click here, enter. All right, so then after you click on the spot, click on the start tab as usual. Then click on equation. Then select the option insert new equation. Okay, click on fraction. So let's go with this. Then type your first number. Let's say I want to have it as 2. Then after you type your first number, click on fraction again and then select another one here. Okay, so let's say I have 1 over 5 here. Then click this box 5. Then I can click on this 2 and remove it. Then I'll have 4 here, all right, or 3. That is fraction in fractions. I believe you find this guide helpful. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. Here we discuss technology, okay, which covers how to use iPhone, Android device, computers, okay, and also YouTube education, okay, to help you grow and make money on YouTube. So subscribe to learn one or two things, okay? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this video. Does it really help or you need something extra? Drop that in the comment section. If you have a specific question, drop that, okay? Hit the like button for YouTube to recommend this content to more people. If you don't do that, there's no how they will recommend this, please. So hit that like button. Have you done that? All right, thank you. Watch this video to learn everything you need to know on how to use Microsoft Word software. Thank you and see you some other time.